Hello, and welcome to another edition of Curry Talks. I'm your host, Thomas Crisafulli, and this is the show where we learn more about the people in our Curry community. Today's guest is sophomore Paul Alfonso, and he's here to talk to us about the cross-country team here at Curry College. Thank you for joining us, Paul.
Thank you for having me.
So I understand that you started cross-country in high school at Asst Valley Regional High School in Marlborough, and you were here last year for Curry College's first official season with the cross-country team. Can you talk to us a little bit about what led you to coming to Curry and joining the team?
Absolutely. So as you just mentioned, I did run cross country in high school for my freshman and sophomore years. Unfortunately, COVID put my career to a halt, but thankfully, during the summer before my freshman year, Coach Gaudette reached out to me and told me about the first ever men's cross country team and how it was a team with a wide range of abilities and how it was, a really good opportunity for me, and I had to take it. So it seemed right for me.
So, as you just said, the men's cross-country team, one of the newest sports here at Curry College. This season was a big success from what I know. The team hit its first benchmark of 5 runners on the roster, meaning so they can actually score points, which is not a guarantee to the team. Can you talk a little bit about this past season's accomplishments?
Absolutely, yeah. So compared to last year, I'd say we've taken a very big step forward. Hitting that 5-runner benchmark for us was really big. A lot of these smaller, newer teams, they don't have 5 people, and that put us ahead by getting those new people. Moreover, we also placed 3rd in one of our meets, the Lieutenant Travis J. Fuller meet at Mass Maritime. And that was also a really big accomplishment for us. And some of our new guys, some of our new people have also really shaved off a lot of their time, like Edward and Kawani, who have showed massive improvement.
So when you talk about massive improvement, I'm assuming a lot of practice goes into that. What does the practice schedule look like for the cross-country team?
Absolutely. So most of the time we end up going to Houghton's Pond for a lot of our hill work and just sort of our easy runs. And typically we'd get there by doing like carpool, or we'd have a van to kind of take us there. But we also work on speed work at Milton Academy just for their track, and we would do track sessions. But pretty much usually Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays or pretty much Mondays and Wednesdays we pretty much do easy days. Tuesdays and Thursdays we do sort of our speed work, and Friday we do pre-meet, which is pretty much just a prep before the meet on Saturday typically.
So I want to jump back to when you talked about the scoring. How does the scoring actually work in cross country?
Yeah, great question. So scoring pretty much works like golf. So the lowest score is pretty much better, and the lowest score pretty much wins. Now, so 1 point, if a runner got first place, they would score 1 point. Now, second, they'd score 2 points. But the more people you have on your team, the lower your score will probably be, because you're taking up more of those spots, which is a massive advantage. But for us as a team, we more emphasize on personal records and just overall good race efforts. That's our primary goal as a team.
So this season, the team went to New Hampshire and Maine for invitational races. What do race days look like for you?
So typically, race days, we would get up. Typically, if we're driving really far, we would get on the van or the bus at about 7 to 8 a.m. in the morning. Typically, it would take us about an hour or 2 to get to the meet, and we usually show up about an hour and a half before the first race. Typically, the women race first, and as soon as that race starts, we pretty much get right into our warm-ups, and that usually takes about 10 to 15 minutes. And after that, we go into dynamic stretches and strides, and that's how we kind of start. But after the race, we pack up, head out, and sometimes we get Chipotle or Panera afterward, and we're back by about 3 or 4 o'clock. So
the healthiest meal for after a race.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for your time today, Paul. We're out of time. If you have any interest in joining the cross-country team, please reach out to the team's coaches, Darlene Goddard at curry.edu or Anna DeVito at curry.edu. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Thomas Crisafulli. Please join us again for another edition of Curry Talks.
College is a big transition in many young adults' lives. More freedom, more responsibility, and no parents hovering over your every move. But a major problem that comes with college is alcohol consumption. A national survey from the NIAA says that almost 53% of college students drink alcohol at least once per month, and about 33% engaged in binge drinking in that same time frame. Peer pressure has pushed many students to see partying as an important aspect of college, but you must be 21 or older to legally drink, and safe drinking must be practiced. Make sure before you drink that you eat a solid meal first. Make sure you limit the amount of drinks you consume, and most importantly, don't drink and drive. The NHTSA says that 28 people are killed every day because of drunk driving. If convicted of drunk driving, consequences can lead to major car accidents, college dismissal, license suspension, and even jail time. To find out more about the effects of college drinking at Curry College, visit the Counseling Center at www.curry.edu/studentlife. Don't be that person, don't risk your life, and don't drink and drive.
Hi, and welcome back to another edition of Curry Talks. I'm your host, Alex Nason, and today we have with us Olivia Passafaro from the admissions office. So, Olivia, you are the assistant marketing director and from admissions, and today you're here with us to talk about marketing in the admissions office. Thank you so much for joining us today. I want to start by asking, can you give us the basics of your role in the marketing that's done by the admissions office?
Yeah, so a little bit about my role is that I help oversee all of our admission marketing campaigns from all of the events and to working with our student admission ambassadors and just looking to completely change and change up our whole rebrand for the admission office.
That sounds really interesting. And I know that the school is going through a rebrand, and word is it will be keeping the color purple. But I wanted to know, how is admissions handling that right now?
Yeah, with just our whole new rebranding, it's been quite busy, that's for sure. Just kind of taking everything out of a different perspective and just trying to use our brains to be more creative, more collaborative, and just making, the admission process and making it help all of our prospective students for Curry.
Yeah, that's right. And on top of the rebrand, there's also a new president for Curry, Jay Gonzalez. I wanted to ask, how hands-on has Jay been with the admissions office?
Oh, severely hands-on. We were just leaving the admission office and he was finishing up a video actually over in the admission office. So he's very hands-on. It's really awesome to see him being a new president and working with a lot of our staff and just wanting to be, so committed to our students.
That's great to hear. So we know that reaching out to high school students to try and get them to come to Curry is not an easy task. And so I want to ask, what marketing techniques do you find are most effective?
I think really making it so our brand is just showing the experience for all of our students. So making sure that we're branding, what makes Curry Curry and how we can make Curry for you. So trying to make that that brand is it can be challenging and difficult, especially when you want to get your perspective to over to new students. But so far it's been really good, and we've just been looking at how we can show the different lives of our Curry students to our prospective students.
That's really interesting, and it begs the question: how do you find out what works and what doesn't work?
I think trial and error for sure, and just looking and working with different people outside of our admission network and. Just looking to see how we can branch off and make new connections and working with other people as well.
Yeah, for sure. Personally, I think that the smaller school, the fact that Curry's a bit smaller, attracts people. What do you think attracts people to Curry?
Definitely the small class sizes, small school, tight-knit community. I think Curry is definitely the place where you can go to express yourself and really just be who you want to be and do what you want to do. And I love that the community here is able to pursue that for all of our students, and it's really awesome.
Right, and you're saying this as someone who's in charge of the admissions ambassadors. What is that role like?
I love my role in working with the admission ambassadors, so if anyone wants to, get a job with me, definitely apply. But it's really fun, it's very energetic. Some days are slower than others, but we make it work, we have fun, and it's a good time for me to show my skills and to have all the students learn them as well.
Yeah, for sure. And real quick, if you had something to say to someone who is interested in becoming an admissions ambassador like you, what would you tell them?
Oh, definitely go for it. Apply, definitely go through that interview process. But just if you're looking to get a job on campus, make some extra money, but also get to know the community, get to know Curry, and get to know like all of the history, then it's definitely a place for you, and I definitely highly encourage you to apply.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
you.
Olivia, we really appreciate it. If you have questions about the admissions, reach out to Olivia. I'm your host, Alex Nason. Thank you so much for joining, and please come again for another edition of Curry Talks.
Do you miss the relaxing feeling of being out on the links on a nice day? Join the Curry College Golf Club now to get back out there. There's nothing better than a round of golf with some of your good friends. Whether you're a seasoned player or have zero experience, we encourage you to come join us. The club is open to all Curry College students. Our club will teach you the skills you need to play golf or improve the skills that you already have. We play at locations such as George Wright Golf Course, Blue Hill Country Club, and more. Our goal is to promote knowledge of the sport and to grow interest in the game. So don't wait any longer. Join the club and get back out on the links this spring. Registration closes by fall semester, and it's coming fast. Send an email to ccgolf@students.curry.edu to join today. We hope to see you out on the link soon.
Hello and welcome to Curry Talks. I'm your host Quinn Sullivan, and this is the show where the Curry community learns more about each other. Today's guest is sophomore Victoria Andino. She studies criminal justice and she commutes from Brockton, Mass., which is roughly 12 miles away from campus. She'll be taking us through what a commute looks like at a primary residential college. Welcome, Victoria.
Hi.
So, what is commuting versus living on campus like for you?
First of all, it's like, just has a lot to do with family. I have a little brother that I take care of a lot, like dropping him off to daycare, stuff like that. Because my parents both work at university, so they have to be up super early. So then I come in and step in.
Mm-hmm. So being 12 miles away, on top of Massachusetts, Brockton or Boston traffic, how long can your commute look, and how long does like a daily commute take to get onto campus?
On average, no more than like 35 minutes max, but with the traffic, up to an hour and 15.
How do you handle that stress with traffic sometimes?
I just tend to like get really tense, and I'm like trying to like go in and out of the lanes, just to try and make it to like a 9 a.m.
Mm-hmm. So with all the traffic you entail, so you spend a lot of time in your car. Do you have like a favorite song, artist, podcast you like to listen to during your commute?
I listen to a lot of music, a lot of Spanish music, and then a lot of Lana Del Rey. Yeah, my Spotify Wrap showed me how much music I actually listen to.
That came out yesterday, right?
Yep,
yeah.
82,000 minutes. Yep.
Wow. Did it say how many days that is?
57.
57 days of music. Do you have any podcasts you like to listen to?
Not really. I'm not a podcast person. I just like, it just bores me sometimes.
Yeah. So I know you have an off-campus job. Describe the balance you have with your off-campus job, your commute, and your schoolwork on top of that.
There are days where I'm like, I just need to leave this job because on the commute, trying to maintain schoolwork and everything, it just gets way too much. Plus, I work retail during the holidays, so it's way more stressful than usual. But yeah, I literally try my best. I'm on campus, like on days I'm not working until like 7 o'clock at night, and I just do work.
So where do you work?
I work at Ulta Beauty. I went to beauty school, got licensed, so they wanted me because I can do all of like the hair and the makeup and stuff.
Do you enjoy working there?
To an extent.
Yeah.
To an extent. It's just right now with finals and working retail during the holidays, it's not easy.
So a big issue on campus is both for residents and commuters with the parking situation. How do you deal with challenges coming in when you maybe can't find a parking spot or somebody's in the commuter lot or it's full?
It was a lot easier last year when the freshmen, like who are on campus, we're supposed to park somewhere else. There was way more parking options.
Mm-hmm.
But now I kind of just do wraparounds around campus just to try to find a spot for my car. And I drive an SUV, so it's already a pretty big car, and any spot I find is like really small for it.
Yeah. Do you get any parking tickets?
Not yet. Going soon to be 2 years strong without a parking ticket.
Got a few. So making friends can be a challenge in itself just because you don't live the whole college like life after classes. So how does commuting affect your social life and ability to attend different events on campus and connect with classmates?
It limits me because like I mostly, if I'm gonna make a friend, I make it in the class.
Uh-huh.
I don't go like to a lot of social events because I'm always driving back to and from school. But once I make friends, that dorm, like I'll be like sleeping over or stuff like that. We'll go out to eat. It's become a lot easier since last year.
Do you come here a lot on the weekends?
No, I work weekends mostly.
Do you?
So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Victoria, for coming in. We're just about running out of time. Students, if you're ever interested in any of the commuters to meet them, you can stop in the commuter lounge that's located on the second floor of Hafer, and you can get to know your fellow commuters better. I'm Quinn Sullivan, and please join me again for another edition of Curry Talks.
Do you love music, sports, or being creative? If you answered yes, you should consider joining the radio station here on Curry's campus. WMLN 91.5 is Curry College's student-run radio station that features a wide variety of music formats, sports game coverage, and specialty shows. You don't even have to be a communication major or minor to join. We have students studying other curriculums, but take part in radio to meet new people and to have fun. Plus, enrolling in Radio Practica earns you 1 academic credit per semester or 2 credits if you become a director in radio. We also host the Synced Up Music Festival every semester where anyone on campus can show off their talent. This festival takes place at the Student Center, and everyone in radio helps, especially our music department. Hopefully you consider joining radio, and while you are considering, listen to us live in your car or on the TuneIn app.
Welcome to Curry Talks. I'm your host, Thomas Crisafulli, and this is the show where we learn more about people in our Curry community. Today's guest is Devin Doctolaro, a sophomore here at Curry College with a major in psychology and also partakes in working at the Diversity Center at the Student Center. Devin is here to talk about the big step he made when he decided to move from Hawaii to Boston for college and how that experience has influenced and shaped him while being here at Curry College as a person of color and a member of the LGBTQ plus community. Welcome, Devin. What interested you in moving all the way to the East Coast and coming to Curry College specifically for college?
Well, I lived in Hawaii like most of my life, so I felt like I needed something new, like a whole like new clean slate. And here is like kind of close to Boston. It's also like in a secluded area. It's also the class sizes are smaller and also the scholarship too.
So we all know that moving from home can be really hard, and you made a big move when moving from Hawaii to Boston. How was the move, and have you found Curry College kind of be your home away from home?
It was a really big move. It was a really big like transition too. So I feel like finding home here was a little hard at first because I didn't even know anyone here at all. But then I feel like getting to know more people and getting more comfortable with them, I felt like I found a good base here.
So I also understand you're a part of the LGBTQ community here at Curry College. Do you feel like that has affected you positively here?
Yeah, like I didn't experience anything negative so far, so I feel like I'm in good hands on that spectrum.
So now that you're a sophomore, do you, a little bit more grasp here at Curry College, do you feel that you're really well represented in the community here?
Like, yes and no. Like, I feel like I see a lot of things about like who I am, but also I don't feel like I see enough. Does that make sense? I feel.
Yeah.
Like when it comes to like my identity and like who I am, I feel like I am well represented, but also at the same time, it's like, are they doing enough to do it.
So when you say that, is the college not doing enough? What could they be doing to do enough?
I feel like they could like expand the horizons upon like culture and like diversity and upon whatever.
So being a student myself, I understand how important mental health can be during a semester. How do you cope and progress through the semester?
I feel like when it comes to like the workload, I try to get things done because I know sometimes it can be hard, like trying to get stuff done like right away. And then like ways I can like help myself mentally, it's like just like relaxing, calling friends from home and whatever, and you know, just trying to keep myself intact while doing schoolwork.
So you mentioned home. Can you tell us more about the different lifestyles between Hawaii and Boston?
I feel like at home in Hawaii, it's like more relaxed and like everything up here, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I have to keep my guard up sometimes because I don't even know what to expect because considering I've only been here for like a year and a half, so. Well, meanwhile at home, I'm like, okay, I've been through that. I know what to do. But up here, it's like, oh my God, like, what do I do in some of these situations? Like,
So we know Otto does his best at the student center to kind of get foods from all over the world, but do you miss any Hawaiian foods?
yes, every day. I feel like, I don't know, sometimes it's like, it just feels more like authentic at home, like considering like specific people make specific stuff. And I appreciate Otto deeply. I love Otto so much for what he does and whatever, but I mean, he eats it up sometimes, yeah.
Is there a specific activity that kind of caught you off guard that Bostonians take part in, like driving angrily, that kind of like caught you off?
Yes,
Yeah.
oh my God. I remember coming up here for the first time and people were just like mad to be driving and I was like, God damn, like.
Yeah, that is a pretty Bostonian trait. Thank you so much for your time, Devin. We are unfortunately out of it. I'm Thomas Christofiuli. Please join me again for another edition of Curry Talks.
Have you ever gotten the itch to lend a helping hand to someone who truly needs it? Have you ever wanted to help improve someone's life? How about joining the Curry Cares Club on campus? Curry Cares is a student-run community service organization that helps the community on campus as well as the surrounding community off campus. Whether it's planting flowers for a church in Mattapan, making dog treats for the Milton Dog Pound, or helping raise money for the Epilepsy Foundation, there are plenty of opportunities to participate. And you'll also benefit from being a member of Curry Cares. Helping others has been shown to reduce stress and improve mood, self-esteem, and happiness. So put down that term paper and pick up a shovel, or you could get down on your hands and knees for some gardening. There will always be events for members of the Curry community to join and have fun participating in. Volunteering to help either a person or organization will help everyone involved. Head over to the Curry Cares Instagram at Curry_Cares to learn more and to sign up for future events.
Hello, and welcome to Curry Talks. My name is Quinn Sullivan, and this is the show where we learn more about the Curry community. Here with me today is Shayla Tran. She's a senior communications major and the new president of the newly revealed film club. She is here to speak with us today about the newly formed film club. Welcome, Shayla.
Hi.
The film club used to be a part of the community before the pandemic outbreak. Is there a reason why you're bringing it back now?
Mostly to allow students to be able to have a film club on campus. I know when I came to Curry, I was looking forward to it, and only to find out that it was disbanded because of the pandemic. So to allow students to have an opportunity to have a film club on campus is my main goal.
Mm-hmm. Seeing that the club meets as a group in the Hafer Mac Lab on Wednesday nights, what kind of film-related activities have you guys done so far?
So far we've gone together and created some short skits to have. We've had students create day in a life videos, and until recently we are now screening movies for the campus, allow students to watch.
Mm-hmm. So since the fall semester is coming to an end now, what other plans or activities do you have in mind for the spring semester coming up?
Similar to the fall, we are doing more hands-on activities, allowing students to go out into the field, create their own content, express themselves creatively, but also still have videos for people to watch, whether it be movies, and just have a discussion.
Mm-hmm. Can you elaborate on what type of expectations you want for current members or future members looking to join the club?
Personally, I have no expectations for any of the students. You can come in with as much experience as you have, or little as, or none at all, and we are willing to teach you a little bit about film or just let you express yourself.
Mm-hmm. So my knowledge on film is very short and not too big at all. What would you give advice for me if I were to join the club?
Do what you'd like. If you want to learn more about being behind a camera or editing or just even acting a little bit, I would just say do whatever your heart contents. Or if you just want to hang out and have some fun watching a movie with everyone, you're more than welcome to do that as well.
Mm-hmm. So, like I said before, this is the first full semester you guys have been on campus. Have there been any major struggles or difficulties trying to get the club started back up again?
I'd say the only struggle we have is getting the word out there, because we did end up starting a couple weeks into the semester. It was hard to get people to understand that we had a new club started other than putting posters around campus.
How big would you say the club is right now?
Currently, right now, we have roughly active 6 recurring members and then a couple of students here and there that come in once in a while.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so how do you really intend on making this club become very successful?
We're just going to keep going as we can, trying to get funding for us, get the word out there, just have fun with everything. My main goal is if I can get the ball rolling for next year, that's perfectly fine for me.
Are there any future big plans or anything like that for you to plan on maybe for next semester or even next year?
My goal is hopefully that we can get students to be more encouraged to join any film-related contests, because I've heard that this college has done it before with some of their classes, but having an open space for students who aren't in film classes to do that is a great opportunity as well.
Mm-hmm. So lastly, being a senior, and this upcoming spring semester looks to be your last one, do you plan on coming back for maybe a master's degree and still being part of the film club, or?
If I get the opportunity to, I would gladly do so, but from what I'm currently aware of, I don't think that's an opportunity for me, but I would gladly help out in any way I can.
So this semester looks to be the last one for you?
It looks like it to be.
Well, best of luck to you with the rest of the film club. Thank you for coming in today and joining Curry Talks. If you would like to join the film club, here at Curry, meetings are every Wednesday at 7 p.m. in the Mac Lab. I'm Quinn Sullivan, and please join me again for another edition of Curry Talks.